Gritty, determined, satisfying, and triumphant. You hear stories about legendary off-roaders left to rot, but I never thought I'd find this. Deep in the overgrowth, we stumbled upon a Hummer H1 completely reclaimed by nature. It wasn't just dirty, it was practically part of the swamp. The moss was growing inches thick on the fenders, and the mud had caked into a concrete-like shell. We knew we had to save it. Getting it onto the flatbed was a battle. This thing weighs a ton, but we finally got the beast secured and headed back to the shop. Back at the garage, I realized a pressure washer wasn't gonna cut it. I literally had to use a chisel and scraper just to get the top layer of mud off the body panels. It was satisfying chipping away those huge chunks of dried earth. Once the heavy stuff was gone, we hit it with the high-pressure water. Watching that first layer of grime blast away was incredible. Finally, we started to see signs of life underneath. We got underneath the chassis to blast out the suspension and axles. There was vegetation stuck everywhere. If you thought the outside was bad, check out the office. The interior was flooded with liquid mud. I had to use a heavy-duty extractor just to suck the sludge off the floor mats before I could even remove them. We pulled the seats and stripped the interior down to the bare metal. It was shoveling work, not detailing. The floor pans were caked in inches of clay. We scrubbed every square inch of the frame and flushed the drain plugs until the water finally ran clear. We even pressure washed the bare metal tub right inside the car. It was the only way. After drying it out, we found some surface rust in the bed. We hit it with a rust converter treatment to stop the corrosion in its tracks and protect the metal for the future. We deep cleaned the seat rails and brackets, making sure everything moved smoothly again. Time to put the puzzle back together. We reinstalled the seat frames and bolted everything down tight. I gave the dashboard and instrument cluster a gentle wipe down to remove the last of the dust film. Now for the moment of truth. Key in, and she fires right up. The dash lights are on, and the engine is alive. Now that she runs, it's time to make her shine. We coated the entire truck in a thick layer of snow foam to lift the remaining contaminants. Scrubbing down the iconic 7-slot grille felt amazing. We washed every panel by hand to ensure a perfect surface. We rinsed her off, and as you know, my car is always red, so seeing that vibrant red paint finally emerge from the gray foam was the highlight of the build for me. But we weren't done. The paint was dull from years of exposure, so we broke out the polishers. We did a full paint correction, buffing out the oxidation until the hood looked like wet glass. The difference in reflection is night and day. We couldn't ignore the shoes. We polished the chrome rims until they sparkled and dressed the massive off-road tires to give them that rich satin black finish. A final wipe down of the mirrors and bodywork, and this restoration is complete. Opening those garage doors, wow, it doesn't even look like the same vehicle. We took it out to the track to stretch its legs. This H1 dominates the road, from a moss-covered wreck in the jungle to a showroom-quality red beast tearing up the tarmac. This was one heck of a rescue.